writing crew now that nobody ever reads. Does anybody read newspapers anymore, ever?
No,
I haven't.
No. They're so thin now. It's amazing. The New York Times is like 2 sheets of paper. Yeah, it's amazing. It used to be like 5 pounds, but now
Now it's all opinion columns online.
Right.
That should be what happens this year. We should just shut down paper publications like that.
Yeah, because it's a waste of paper.
I just read the OC Weekly in Orange County. That's done.
Yep.
Just
is it?
just closed up last week. Yeah.
Not that I want people out of work, but
no, I understand.
Why?
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of electronic stuff they could work on.
What's the evolution though? What's after phones?
Oh,
I've always wondered that because it's like, have we exceeded
chips
our...
in your head?
That's it.
That's scary,
Right. Have we?
Yeah, because it's like, what's next? I mean, we have basically a computer right in our hand.
Yeah,
I don't know how much more advanced we can get.
I also feel that way about evolution. Like, will our thumbs eventually, and I'm not kidding about this, eventually become bigger because we need them more than we used to? That's how evolution happens.
Wow.
And I think that there's something to that.
I want to get to the point where I lose one of my thumbs and they put my big toe on there.
That's
a really good look.
You remember that Louisville basketball player in the 80s?
Yeah.
They did that.
I remember that. Yeah.
They did.
What did they do?
They took
Explain for those of us.
They took his big toe
and put it on his
thumb.
thumb.
Did his free throw percentage go up?
He was actually a pretty bad. He was a pretty terrible free throw shooter, but he was a hell of a rebounder.
Suffered from a terrible case of athlete's hand. Oh, come on, everybody.
Wouldn't that be the greatest? You're guarding them like this. You got your hands up. You got it like, what the fuck is that?
Like you're not going to notice.
Right, exactly.
It's a hell of a defensive move. It's like just throw your hands up.
I got a thumb and I got a foot. Oh my God!
Wow. When is that biopic or doc coming out?
I don't know.
I want to see that.
Yeah, he was one of the. That was with Dr. Duncanstein.
Oh, Dr. Duncanstein. Yeah, absolutely.
He was with that group of Louisville Cardinals, and then
Dr. Duncanstein.
Yeah.
And who was that? Tom Brookshire, who said the Louisville basketball team has a collective IQ of 40. Remember when he said that?
Yeah.
That was the end of his career.
Yeah, and he disappeared after that.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea to be saying that about young black men.
What year was that?
God, it had to be 40 years ago.
Yeah. So, people were getting kicked out then for
Jimmy the Greek got kicked out?
I argued against it, but they wouldn't listen to me.
Keep him. He's a good coach.
I think Howard Cosell was another one. He was
look at that
little monkey run. He was gone.
Is that how he left?
That's how he left. Monday Night Football.
Joe
talking
Washington.
about I think the Redskins. Joe. Yeah.
He said, "Watch that little monkey run."
Mikey is holding his stomach right while you're on camera.
And do you remember the GM of the Dodgers? Remember him years ago? He went on air. Al Campanis went on Nightline.
That we lacked the buoyancy.
But he was right about that.
You lacked you didn't have a bone in your foot and you couldn't swim. Or something.
Lacked the buoyancy.
And then Ted Koppel tried to stop him, and he kept doubling down on it.
I remember that.
Or Jimmy the Greek
said,
Snyder said that we were, and it's basically almost true that we were
bred to be athletes.
Do you think the guys that say they're looking to exit?
When they want to go home.
They do. You know how you got the wife that's like, no, you're going to work. And he's like, how can I get out of this?
I got it.
Racism.
That'll
going.
do it.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, as a young 10 to 18-year-old, those are the things I heard on TV. And you just kind of sit there and go, oh, okay, I can't believe you said that. But
Carry on.
One of my favorites of all time back when I was working, this is like almost 50 years ago now. I'm working with this guy. He's an African-American guy and me, and we'd always hang out together. He was one of my favorites. He's driving along. We're on Hennepin Avenue driving along, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat. There's this Asian woman, and she's kind of like staring. He was a handsome guy. I mean, no question about it, but she was staring at him. And he's looking at me, and he's looking at her, and he looks at me, and he rolls down the window and goes, "What you looking at, Chinese woman?" I think she was trying to give you a compliment. So, racist black people, typical.
Oh, yeah.
Typical.
Chinese woman.
Look at a Chinese one. I said, she might be Japanese. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but back then you only had one choice. You couldn't be Filipino or Vietnamese. You were either Chinese or Puerto Rican. That was it.
That's pretty much
That's
it.
because I think, especially in Baltimore, growing up in Baltimore, we didn't have the other food options.
Right.
The corner store was Chinese food. It
And-
wasn't
Yeah.
Thai.
No, it's right.
Oh, yeah,
That's
right.
true. Yeah.
And it was,
Yeah,
and
none
there
of
was
that.
one on every corner. There was a liquor store and a Chinese food
Chinese
place,
food.
Right.
Yeah.
and a church.
Yeah.
And every
Isn't that
Yeah.
phenomenal?
There was no Thai.
Right, but
Right.
there was no Korean food or,
No.
and to this day,
Why? Why?
I don't know.
I don't know.
White people probably
Yeah,
wouldn't eat it.
they wouldn't.
They probably wouldn't.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
if you think about it, in terms of like if you lump all Asians together, like what 80% of them are Chinese. So I
I
mean,
think they're about, that's true.
there's
There
just
are
a lot of
Chinese
Chinese people.
And the
so,
food is
That's
good as
factual.
hell.
That's factual.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not Minnesota, though. Minnesota has terrible,
Terrible,
Chinese
yeah.
It does.
When
also
there's
a couple
nothing to
places.
compare it to, though, it's great.
That's true. I remember when I was
Yeah,
a
that
kid
is a
eating
good
that
point.
crappy Chinese food, and
That is a good
I loved
point.
it. Now it's like there's a place right next to here called Yangtze. Actually, that's super good.
Yeah, that is
It's like
good.
3 blocks away.
That
if
is good. But Andy doesn't run it anymore.
No.
Andy doesn't own it anymore.
No,
Had
I
a
don't
friend
know.
that-
Yeah, he left.
Yeah.
but to this day, my siblings and friends in St. Louis call it the Chinaman, and it's like you can't say that.
Oh, we called it worse than that when I was growing up. Yeah.
Well,
And
remember-
every one of them in big bold letters, chop suey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got to have chop suey.
You know-
remember Pekin, Illinois? Remember what they did?
What's that?
No.
Pekin is a town. Pekin, Pekin is a town in Illinois, and I'm not making this up. And you can get pissed at me if you want, but it's true. You can look it up. Until about 30 years ago, maybe it was, maybe longer than that. Where I went was North High School, so it was the North Polars. Get it? The
Oh,
polar
gotcha.
bear.
Yeah.
North Polars.
Sure.
The name of their team was the Pekin Chinks.
Wow.
You could look it up. I'm
That was
not
their-
making that up.
Mascot?
The Chink. It was a Chinese character. It was like,
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
oh, it was unbelievable.
Why do you have to vote to eventually change that? Why can't someone just say, you know
Just
what?
walk in and say, "We're done."
No more of this.
Fold up the tent.
I mean, I can't believe the Redskins is still a football
No,
team.
that's true.
Yeah, it's amazing to me that every year that comes up and it still has not been changed. I mean, I think at this point we're all on board that maybe that one should go away.
Everyone just
Although-
looks away.
Yeah.
Just look away and like, okay.
Although I got to tell you, the JB and I worked with a guy named Mike Gelfand, nice Jewish boy in America, and he said if they ever named a team the Kansas City Jews, he'd never miss a game.
Buy all this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm going to every
probably
game.
true. Yeah,
and that's the opinion of one man.
Well, yeah,
right.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
Let's talk
Well,
about
I
There's
taught
one
a
man.
civic class at a high school for 6 months, and we were trying to get the kids to understand how bad the name Redskins is. And I finally said, okay, we had cut out construction paper, triangles. I said, everybody make a pennant of a team of your race, your race, or your race
Right.
that's equal to that. And as they were doing it, the light bulbs started. Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah, I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, that's a person. That's a group of people.
Right.
That's just not some logo.
Can I tell them about my North High School Polars again?
Sure.
Phenomenal. So I go to North High School, the Polars. Now, this high school is about 80% black. They decided they didn't want a white bear as their logo. So one year for the homecoming slogan, they had "Bears have soul."
All right.
Not making it up.
Yeah.
man. Not
That's
making it up.
awesome.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. I loved going there though. That was a lot of fun. You would see things there like if a couple of guys were getting a fist fight, and one guy just beat the hell out of the other one. The mom of the kid who got beat up would come to school and beat the shit out of the other kid the
Yeah.
next day.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. It was,
Right.
Yeah, it was your hardcore inner city school. Absolutely. Don't be hitting my kid because I'll come to school and beat your ass for you. It was phenomenal. I loved it. I thought it was great. Oh, we got to take a break here. We'll be right back. More with the family right after this. Tom Barnard here with my buddy and CEO of North American Banking Company, Michael Bilski. Michael, this is a tough time for businesses not only in the Twin Cities, but all over right now. Can you tell me a little bit about what North American Banking Company is doing for your customers?
Tommy, at the bank, we're helping businesses with all of our tools at our disposal. Lenders are working as long as it takes with our customers to help them through these tough times. We've processed well over 300 loans for customers and funded over $70 million through the SBA's Paycheck Protection Program. Through our payment deferment program, our current customers were able to skip 1, 2, or even 4 payments with no penalty. Finally, being a locally owned and operated bank, we're able to move quickly and take action for our customers when they need us most.
Why not bank with my banker? God, I can't tell you how great it is working with Bilski.
Did you record that, Andy? Could you send that to me?
North American Banking Company, a better banking experience. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. By now, you've all heard me talk about MyPillow and how it's literally changed my life. My friend Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, fit me for my very own MyPillow, and I haven't stopped raving about them since. They won't go flat. You can wash and dry them as many times as you want, and they maintain their shape. Made in the USA. If you don't have a MyPillow or know someone who doesn't, now is the time, because for a limited time, Mike is offering his premium MyPillows, yes, the one that started it all, for his lowest price ever. You can get a queen-size premium MyPillow for $29.98, regularly $69.98. That's a $40 savings. Kings are only $5 more, by the way. Folks, now is the time to buy. Not only are you getting the lowest price ever, but they are the best Christmas gifts ever. $29.98 for a queen-size premium MyPillow. Buy now, and Mike will extend his 60-day money-back guarantee to March 1st, 2021. Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code TOM. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the Giza Dream bed sheets, the MyPillow mattress topper, and MyPillow towel sets. Or call 800-516-5146 and use promo code. Ah, yes, absolutely. Sitting on the dock of the bay, drowning my ass.
I love Otis and I love Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke was great, too. No doubt. No Marvin Gaye's, though, man. Marvin Gaye might have been the best of all time.
Did you watch that special on Netflix, The Two Murders of Sam Cooke?
Yes, I watched that. It's crazy how he died.
Yeah, it was
and it's
crazy.
very, conspiratorial. Like, what really happened there?
Well, he was black. That was one thing. Being black in America wasn't all that great back then.
That contributed.
Yeah, that
Well, they made it seem like
exactly.
they tried to rob him, like the prostitute and the hotel clerk or owner.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Was colluded to murder him to rob him. But then there's all this back stuff with his contracts with his manager.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That possibly his manager set it up to have
Or-
him knocked out because
or
he was going to
maybe
make
even-
more money off of him if he died.
Right. Or even maybe the government did it because he was starting to get political.
Aren't
maybe,
a lot of
yeah.
conspiracies linked to money or
Yes.
influence?
Pretty
Yes.
much all conspiracies.
Yeah,
it's pretty
right.
much all of them. That is true. Yeah, I don't know. It's just that's why I really wish after being in the ballpark, as far as age is concerned, that I am now. I really wish people would ask people my age what it was like, 50, 60 years ago. Because if they think it's bad now,
They have
nowhere
no clue.
near as bad as it used to be.
But that's what they're going to be saying 50 years from now.
Yeah, I agree.
About,
No, I agree
you
with
would never believe what they were doing in
Well,
19.
when you had the head of the FBI,
J. Edgar Hoover.
destroying people's lives because he was bigoted. He just he had dossiers on
he did.
all type of people, but especially black people who started to rise up.
Oh, yeah.
What I love is he didn't like successful black people, and he liked dressing up as a
woman.
I mean, what?
That was a weird
Okay.
swing.
I mean, I didn't, but he did all the time, apparently. I don't know. That whole thing is so bizarre to me. It still is to this day. I'm going to judge you based on your gender, orientation, or skin color. Why would I do that? Explain that to me. Anyone?
It's a power thing.
It is. It's a need for power
But who
and the
needs
fear
that
of
power?
losing it.
But who needs the power? I mean, seriously, you need to be that. Aren't you as an individual secure?